It's tough because he's a wedding photographer, so yeah, I couldn't help. That's his livelihood. You guys want this recorded?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Thank you.
Briefly here, just kind of how that transition's going right now with homestead family.
It's circling. It's not going yet.
I think it's going well.
Camera 2, you're going to be looking for Neil
I think
Clark.
for both
He's
those
going to
groups of
do the
people,
introduction.
it's difficult. The ones that were already here,
Who's on camera 2?
we can't meet together now. So
Alex should be on camera too.
this thing, we're just getting used to
Sorry if I'm loud.
No worries.
even some of the realistic
Give me the rundown of the cameras, would
Yeah.
you, please?
We're working on that right now.
That sounds
Um,
great, what you just texted, Davis.
Okay.
jumped in here.
Wendy and Jacob are here.
Okay.
John, are you gonna run a camera?
It's
Or we should be good now.
the circumstances.
Yeah, I think we're good without John.
So Jacob and Wendy are here.
All right.
Which
Jacob,
cameras
when you
are
call-
unmanned?
All cameras are manned.
Oh, that's lovely.
We just need a man on the cameras.
Yes, 3 is here.
Okay.
3's here? Who's
Do
3?
you see the other?
This is Eric on 3.
Eric, do you know how to run a camera?
It's been a little while. It's been a hot minute.
I'm gonna have
This
to
is
send
my
somebody to show you.
one time a year
I guess.
camera debut on the
Okay.
camera without hand
Is
controls.
anybody else on a camera with a headset?
Camera 1
I
is
just got
now
on.
here.
Camera 1's here. Who's camera 1?
Jacob Colgren.
Hi,
Jacob.
Jacob.
Hey, Jacob.
Do you guys see camera 7?
Yes.
You do?
Yay.
Is anyone on 4?
I didn't have to change anything. No one on 4 yet.
My mom's
remotes.
coming in
Is
real.
anyone on 3? Eric's on 3.
I am
never
on
mind.
3, sorry. Sorry,
It was
guys.
a test.
We have 2
Okay.
handheld cameras.
What number am I?
Stand
I'm
by
so
camera
confused.
2.
And you got 8? Welcome, Jacob. Thank
We
you
have
for
8.
coming to Phil, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Jacob.
Anything weird out of the ordinary that we need to know about for today?
Not for camera 1.
Okay.
I think you should be good.
All right, stand by 2.
So with that being said,
And
thank you,
stand by,
Grace
please.
family, for another ministry highlight joining us at this time, and let's join in together for worship. God bless.
Is Becca on
Yeah.
Talk B? Oh, you're on production. Okay. And we're live on 2.
Hi, and welcome to Grace. We're so glad that you could
And
join
standby
us. My name
keys.
is Neil.
We
I'm
need
one of the
a
pastors on
lower
staff
ca-
at
lower
the
third.
Homestead Falls campus.
Yeah.
If you're new, we're so glad you could join us. We'd love to get to know
Oh,
you.
that's pretty.
One of the best ways to get to know each other is for you to visit our website.
Does that go down by itself?
Grace,
Yeah.
C&MA.org.
Okay. And
from
key is
there,
down.
You can kind of check out who
And
we
ready
are
for the half
and
graphics.
look and see what email list you might
And
have.
Wendy is on 4.
You can also let
What are we
us
gonna
know
wait
about
for,
some of the
Davis?
prayer requests you might have or some practical needs
Okay.
you have right now. Now, there are
Eric,
many
your
that are
mic
watching
seems to
this
be
and
really
they've
loud
watched
compared
for
to
a
all
long
the other
time.
ones.
If you're like
Sorry,
me,
I'll have to find the setting to turn it down.
But we need Davis to
You're
go
good.
a little
Don't worry.
louder on
We're
his.
asking those questions
Yeah,
quite
and put it up by
frequently,
your face a little bit more.
and we don't have a concrete answer yet.
Thank you.
But you can be rest assured that we'll
You
let
you know you
as
have a separate volume control
soon as
for
possible.
production
Ah.
and for.
Now,
Well, there
I
you
will
go.
say that
Say
one of the
something,
things that
Davis.
we are trying to
Oh,
do
okay,
is
never
come
mind,
together as a
Davis.
family.
You're loud and
This
clear.
Thursday, at both campuses at
Okay.
6:30 to 8, we're going to have an opportunity to have prayer and communion. It'll be a drive-in service.
Can we put that up? There's nothing
So
there
you
yet.
can come in,
Oh,
you can
okay,
be
and it's
prayed
in.
with or prayed over, and then take communion. It's going to be a special time to be
Very nice.
family once again. We did find out that chlorine
I'm just gonna leave it up.
is effective at stopping
Okay.
the spread of COVID. And so we're
Andy, you need a knee pad?
going to proceed with our baptism
Yeah.
service on June 27th. So if you have any interest, you're feeling the nudge to be baptized, or if you have questions about baptism, you can head to our website, gracecma.org/baptism, and you can put your questions in there, or just start that
That's a forward
process.
Why do we have it up there?
/.
Also, a lot of our ministries are starting to meet on site. And so you'll want to check out the website again on the events page, and you can see.
Can you tell me when it's the last graphic?
Which ones are meeting kind of in
Okay,
a
thank you.
hybrid where they're on site and also have an online presence. So you can go there and check that out. One of the ministries that we are pushing towards that right now, we're running strong is small groups.
Heidi, stay off 3 if you would. I'm gonna shade up 3 so I can go to it.
Oh, okay, then 1. Can you get a head to toe?
Sure
Well, I
thing.
can do whichever camera you want.
If you're interested in joining a small group, or if you're feeling the nudge to lead a small group,
Just in case I need to do a
Gotcha.
transition there.
I just wanted to have something before you get over to the shader controls.
We did backslash again.
If you take a look at that, all that information. Now we're gonna head
Slide
into
down.
worship, but before we
Ready
do,
for
let's just lean into
lyrics.
Jesus and just ask him to guide us.
Stand by, CG3.
Lord, we are so thankful.
Stand by 3.
Do you want me to go a little bit wider, or is this good?
You are worthy of our praise and our honor. Would you open our hearts
Okay.
and allow us to worship you the way you deserve?
Are you done with 3?
No.
And
Gears up.
gears are up.
And stand by 6. Dissolve.
Grace family,
Stand by 8.
it's awesome to be worshiping
Dissolve.
today, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Would you put your hands together with us wherever
I'm gonna be
you
looking
are?
for some guitar shots along the way here.
Join in worship as we sing.
Oh,
8 is live. Nice 3.
He's coming on the clouds. Strong in all
Would you-
the clouds. Kings and kingdoms will bow down.
Ready to take.
Every chain will break. These broken hearts declare.
Ready 1.
Who can stop the Lord Almighty?
Take
Wow.
1. Ready 3. Take.
God is the lion.
we're missing lights on somebody on the platform.
He's roaring with power
Greg?
and fighting our battles.
Ready 6.
There's no lights on Greg.
We will bow
Oh,
before him.
Take 6.
Our God is the
uh-oh.
Ready 5.
Lamb that was slain.
Aw,
Take
that'd be
5.
sad.
Ready 2.
His blood breaks the chains.
Take.
Every knee will bow before the
3. Guitar.
Lamb.
Ready 3.
Every knee will bow before him.
Take. Ready 8. Take 8. Ready 7. Take. Ready 2. Start your move. Take 2. Nicely done. That's beautiful. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 5. And take 5. Take 6. Ready 4. And take. Ready 3. Take. Ready 7. Take 7. Start at 2. Ready 2. Take. Ready nice. Electric guitar 3. Ready 1. Take. Ready 7. Take 7. Looking great, guys. Take 8. Right in 3 on the guitar and then start out when he starts playing. Ready 3. Take. Oh, that was terrible. Stand by 2. Dissolve. Stand by 4.
Who can stop the Lord Almighty?
Dissolve. Stay there 8. Stand by 8. Dissolve. 8 is up. Stand by 3. Electric guitar, please. Ready 3. Stand by 5. Dissolve. Stay there 3. Coming to you in just a second. Stand by 8. Stand by 7. Dissolve. Love it. And here we go. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 8 and take. Ready 2, take. Ready 7, take. 1. Take, ready 3, take, ready 4, and take. Ready 8, take, ready 5, take, ready 2, take, ready 8, and take. Looking fabulous, guys. Take 6, ready 7, and take 7, ready 8.
All right, Robin's gonna do a welcome and a prayer in between, and then we're going to Rachel.
Too tight, Robin, please. Stem it 2. Nice, guys. Two's up.
Ooh, we need some pad behind that.
We praise you today, Lord. And
There
we're
it is.
thankful, God, that you
Yep,
have
just a
given
little
us
late.
a
All right, so she will pray, and then we'll go to Rachel.
Thank you. We're going to go to Rachel on 8. Stand by 8.
Thank you, Lord, for your faithfulness. What a Savior. Wonderful Jesus. We praise you.
Nice 3. Hey, everybody looks great. Stand by 8.
We have someone on 4.
Dissolve.
Who's on 4?
Stand by 3.
Wendy's on 4. Oh, thanks, Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
3's live. Gonna hang here for a second, let this breathe. Nice 7, I love that. Hang on that 7 when we everybody starts singing. I'm gonna come to you. Nice, guys. Beautiful. Stand by 1. Stand by 7. Nice. Nice. Stand by 3. 7, pan her to the left side of your screen, starting now, please, and dissolve. Nicely done. Looks great. Stand by 8. And dissolve. Stand by 1. One's up. Stand by 7. Nice. Dissolve. Love it. Love it, guys. Stand by 3. Dissolve. Stand by 6. Dissolve. Stand by 2. Stay there 1. Stand by 1. Start move. Dissolve. 1 is up. Nice, nice, nice. Great speed. Gorgeous. Stand by 8. Dissolve.
Beautiful.
Stand by 3. Dissolve.
Greg has some of these O's.
Stand by 7. Dissolve. Stand by 8.
Very nice.
Dissolve. Stand by 1. Hold there 1, please. Gonna do a slow super into 1. Here we go. 1's coming up. 8's clear. Stand by 6. Dissolve. Drums will be picking up in a moment. I love this here. Gonna hang a second. Stand by 5. And dissolve. Stand by 6.
Perfect.
Dissolve. Stand by 7. Dissolve. Nice, nice, guys. Stand by 8. That's beautiful. Dissolve. Stand by 5 and dissolve. Gonna go to takes in a moment. Stand by 7. Nice 7 dissolve. Love it. And ready 7 and ready 8 take. 8 is live. Ready 5 and take. Ready 3 and take. Ready 5 and take 5. Ready 4. Take 4 and take 8. Ready 1 and take 1. Ready 6 and take. Ready 5.
We need to move David into position.
Ready 3 and take 3 and take 6. Ready 2, nice. Take
David.
2. Take 3. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 3. Take. Ready 7. Tighten down, nice 7. Shade down a tiny bit 7 if you can. Ready 7 and take 7. Take 2. Take 5. Ready 4. Take. Ready 2. Take. Nice 8. Ready 8. Take. Ready 1. Take. Ready 3. Take.
Hey, Denny, you're saying take 1 and you're taking 2 sometimes.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. Ready 2.
Just letting you know.
Take. No, I appreciate it. I'm still rusty. Ready 8. Take. Ready 3. Take. I don't need to change anything for the scripture, right? It's Robin reading it.
Stand by 8. Okay, 4. Can you give me a head to toe
Christian.
of
Okay.
the far
I got
right,
it.
stage right?
On 8.
There's a
Got him
young
on
man
8.
standing
Stand
up on
by.
stage right. To your right. To your right. Way in the dark. He's off in the far right, right of Rachel. He's to the right of Rachel. Yeah, you can't really see him right now, but okay. Stand by 8. Keys are down.
Waiting for lighting. Dissolve.
And
Would you please join me in reading Revelation 7?
8 is live.
17?
Whoa.
After this I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one
Wait,
knew,
what? What
from
happened?
every nation,
Oh, not talking to me. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh,
language, standing before the throne and before the Lamb.
You lost the graphic.
okay. We lost our graphic.
Palm branches in their hands.
Alright.
And they cried out
I'm
with a
tied.
loud voice, salvation belongs to our God, who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb. All the angels are standing around the throne,
Graphic up.
and around the elders and the 4 living creatures. They fell down on their
Okay,
faces
we're going back out to Joel Bubna, so
Praise,
camera 2,
glory,
look for Joel.
wisdom,
Thank you.
thanks, and honor, and power and strength be to our God.
Yeah, Denny, do you have a
Because
key
my
up?
key's up.
Then one of the elders asked me, these in white
All right.
robes, who are they, and where did they come from?
I'm so sorry.
You know. And he said, these are
Ugh.
the
All right. Stand by. Ready, camera 2.
I.
Therefore, they are before the throne of God and serve him day and night in his temple. And he who sits on the throne will shelter them with his presence.
Is this the last slide?
Never again will they thirst.
Yep. Shouldn't I have just stayed untied? I think I would have been fine if.
Be their shepherd. He will lead them
Yeah, I got you.
to living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes.
Stand by 2. And 2 is live.
Invite you to pray with me.
Thank you,
Father,
Wendy.
thank you for
You
the
can go ahead and pull in.
today and
Whoops. You can hold that shot, Wendy, or who's on 3? Eric. And we need to shade down 1.
you are the sovereign Lord of this story. And though there are storms and just a lot of churning, in Romans it says that it's like the earth is
So Wendy, how
groaning,
about you get a head to toe
and we feel
of
those
Joel?
things. The reminder that
Get his feet in.
the Lord of the universe
That's good. And just keep them centered up, but don't get the lower step in because we'll see the top of David's camera or whoever's camera that is. Oh, that's Andy. And just put him right in the center.
Your word, would you, Holy Spirit,
That's good. Thank you.
give us
All right.
ears.
Ready for lower third? I'm sorry. Side graphic. Oh. Thank you.
Christian, thanks
All right.
for reading those words.
And
Those are
half
the
graphic
Eric,
going
are you
up?
on comm?
to look at this morning. They are from
I am.
Revelation chapter 7. If you have a
Yeah, we
Bible,
can't because of the memorial.
We cannot restart,
find
yeah.
the app, right there in one of the tabs. Revelation 6, 7, that's where we're going on this day. My daughters were in first
And
grade
slide
and
out.
third grade. We were living in West Africa.
All right,
in
I'll come talk to you,
Bali.
Eric.
They were attending the International School of Bamako. That year, my oldest daughter decided that she wanted to invite all of her friends to a Christmas party.
Heidi, I'm gonna jump off comm. I'm just gonna keep this shot from through right here for now.
Okay, thank you.
Not only are they from different religious backgrounds, some of them from no religious backgrounds.
Okay, two
She
is
wanted
live.
to have them over to have a fun party, but also informed us that she wanted to
Probably gonna hop
during
between
those
2 and 4.
explain the meaning of Christmas and a little bit about her faith. So we
Or
said,
3,
"Great."
one of the 2.
During those days, my wife Ellen walked the girls to
Sorry, man.
school every morning. One morning they're walking to school.
You can
and
you
my
can
daughter
beat me
is
severely
going over
afterwards.
her speech, and she's
No
talking
lobster for
about
you.
that Jesus was the Son of God, and he was born in Bethlehem, and he came to save, he was crucified, and he rose
You
again.
have gotten
And she's
rather
talking about
good on
if
the
you
mobile
believe in
camera.
him, you can be washed in the blood of
We can
Jesus.
touch each other, I think.
Look her and, honey, that is just so true, but you might want to step that back just a tad for some of your friends. They might not understand what you're talking about, and it might even sound a little bit crazy. Well, if you've been reading along in the book of Revelation, you may have come across some things that sound a little bit crazy. And for somebody who has no biblical history, you've never read the Old Testament, some of the images in here may seem a little out there for you, and some of them that we're going to look at today. Let me just remind you as we jump in that this is apocalyptic literature, and it speaks
Slide in.
pictures. So the pictures are really important. So in chapter 5, remember there was a scroll. And the scroll was in the throne
next slide.
room, and it had writing on both sides. Now, most of the time, scrolls were not written on both sides. Why is there so much writing?
Oh.
It's because it's the whole story of humanity. Contained in the scroll is the story of humanity, the story of history, and the story of redemption. So the pictures that you find in this revelation, they're not simply predictions about some events that are going to come, prophetic words, but they actually, the pictures first and foremost reveal the King, Jesus Christ.
Do you need a food
The
or anything?
revelation of Jesus Christ, but it also reveals the last scene, the fulfillment of God's story, a story that started way back in creation and that will finally find its fulfillment in the return of Jesus. So this is not just this random picture that John got. It's actually part of a story. And if you read the whole story, the unifying theme of the Bible is actually a story of the Creator God longing for a relationship with his family from every tongue and tribe and nation. I love the way that Philip Yancey puts it. He says it like this.
Go ahead.
In a nutshell, the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, tells the story of a God reckless with desire to get his family back. And the last scene, like the parable of the lost son, ends in jubilation when the family is once more united in the story united in the house of the Father. So, the images that we're looking at this morning from chapter 6 and 7 unpack a little bit
Take 4.
for us the story and
Ready,
remind
2.
us of the mission of God. So, Let me give you the backdrop, and then we'll look at chapter 7
Ready to
together.
take.
The backdrop of all of this story is this age-long battle between good and evil. The picture of good and evil is in this scroll. And so when the scroll is finally opened and the seals are pulled back, there's 7 seals that essentially tell the story of human history. And this revelation is for those of us who are trying to live out faith in the middle of a really complicated story. So what do the seals reveal? Well, first there's 4 horses.
I like that.
There's a white horse.
Okay.
And on the white horse is the conqueror. It's Christ. The next horse.
Okay, I'll leave. I'm going to, yeah.
And that is a picture of war. It is a picture of the basic nature of humanity. Conflict. Think about the last time in history when there were no wars. Yeah, I can't think of it either. That's the story that we're living in. But it's not just nations against nations. It happens in cities. It happens in schools. It happens in families. We're so used to it that we don't even think about it anymore, but it is not the way that God created it to be. We're so used to it, we try to put really nice words around it. We talk about irreconcilable differences.
That is the stupidest thing you could ever do.
The next horse that came was a black horse.
Thank you.
And it's about family. If you read around it, it's what it's really talking about is greed. That in the creation, God always made enough for everybody. But that's not how most people are living it because of the greed of humanity. The picture he paints is that there will be wages for the poor that are never enough, never just, and the wealthy are sitting with their oil and wine. It's a picture of injustice. And then comes a pale horse. The pale horse is a picture of sickness and death, the ongoing sickness and decay of our physical
When he reads the quote from Eugene Peterson, I'm going to take the slide down.
picture that you see, and this is what's beautiful in the scriptures. It doesn't pretend like evil doesn't exist.
And slide down.
It's one of the most articulate
All right.
pictures of what life is really like. The way Eugene Peterson says it
Ready
is
for?
about these
Take.
horses. War is actually like social
Ready to?
evil. Famine is ecological evil. Sickness is biological evil. War attacks the goodness of community. Famine violates and ravages God's bounty. Sickness destroys and wastes God-given bodies. And so you see, sins against society, against the land, and against the body.
Ready to? Take.
That is where we live. The 5th seal opens. The 5th seal
Slide up.
talks about a more targeted evil.
I'm leaving it up for the next one.
Existed since Jesus went back to the Father, that many
Oh, they're both on the
because
same
of their
side. Never mind.
faith in Christ have been martyred, and that continues to this day. It's a very precise and targeted evil. And
Slide
then the
down.
last seal, the 6th one, talks about earthquakes and natural disaster, pain that is widespread,
Thank you.
indiscriminate, a picture of evil. So the seals, they paint this vivid picture of what the human story looks like. And in the picture, it is a war. How do you know it's a war? Because that's what horses symbolize. When somebody is on a horse, they're going to war. The white horse, actually, if you go to the end of the book, is going to win the war, but for the most part, he looks outnumbered. But hear me. The war is not for nations. It is not for empires. It is not for money. It is for the hearts and souls of people. So now we get to chapter 7. 6 seals have been opened. There is one left. And now in the story, in the vision, there is a pause.
Slide up.
And a question. The last verse of chapter 6 John is looking, and the question is asked when you see all of this judgment. It's picturing, when is this going to happen? It's been happening. It will always happen, and in the end, it's going to get even worse. And so he asks the question, for that great day of wrath has come. Who is able to stand? And the answer is no. If you look at the picture, nobody can stand. But he doesn't stop there. And as chapter 7 is unrolled, the evil has been unleashed until Jesus returns.
Slide
Who
down.
can stand in the face
Oh, man.
of such evil? Remember, this is
Okay, I'm ready for the next one.
poetry often is a comparing
Yeah.
of pictures, a comparing of phrases, a repeating.
Wait.
So he talks and he uses
Those
the
who
word
are-
stand in chapter 6, and he comes right back to it in chapter 7. Who can stand? And then in verse 9, he paints this picture. John says, after this I looked,
Stand
and
up.
there
I mean,
before
slide
me
up.
was a great multitude that no one could count.
Very good.
They
We
were
did
from
it.
every tribe and tongue and people
Well, I mean,
and
he is
language.
standing up.
Standing
I'm sorry, Jacob?
before
I mean, he
the
is standing
throne.
up, so I mean, you got that right.
Yeah.
The Lamb.
I was reading standing up on the paper.
Can stand. Well, the image here is the image of a seal. Those standing
Okay.
are the ones wearing, he says, a seal.
Good job.
How are they able to stand? Because they had been sealed by God. What does that mean? Well, again, you see the seals in chapter
Slide down.
5 and 6. They're these seals that close the story of human history that nobody can open except the Lamb. Now in this image you see, in the beginning of chapter 7, there's the four corners of the world. Of course,
Thank you.
at that time they believed the world was flat. So in talking about the whole world, they're talking about these angels surrounding the picture. And in the picture they're being held back. They're the ones who organize all that's happening, and they're saying, wait. What are they waiting for? They're waiting for the seal of God on his people.
I think
So
he's
that
gone.
seal that protects
Slide up.
and gives strength for his people to stand. What does that even mean? Well, he says it's printed on their forehead. You're going, oh, I've never seen it. It's because it's not something on your physical body. It's something on your person.
Alex, I promise you'll get a break.
And Paul talks about it. He says that when you believe in Jesus
I think I put that up
Christ,
too
when
soon.
you put your faith in Christ,
That's
you
fine.
become a child of his, that the guarantee that he gives you is his Holy Spirit. And he said it's like a seal. What does that mean, to be sealed? A seal is like the stamp that is put on something, and the authority of the person who put it there is the guarantee. And he's saying, those who are his have been sealed. So no matter what happens, there
Yeah.
is nothing. The implication is that there is
Here we go.
nothing that can
Okay,
ever
so the
separate
viewer's going to feel smart right now.
those who
They
have
knew this was
been
coming.
redeemed by the Lamb from God. That's the first image. The second image that you see in chapter
Okay,
7
next one.
is a multitude.
Yeah.
Who is this multitude? Well, it's people. And they represent the people from all ages that have been redeemed by the Lamb. So the people who first read this, they understood
I'm leaving it
that
up.
this is not just this thing that's going to happen. This is a story that has been written over centuries. Let me take you back. In the beginning, it says that God created Adam and Eve. He created the human
And slide
race,
down.
and he created us to have fellowship with us, a friendship with us, a communion. And they walked in that communion in the garden. It was
Ready
beautiful.
for-
And then they rebelled against God, and the whole thing came unraveled. It says that on the same day, God came to visit them in the garden, and he makes a promise that the day is going to come. He's already got a plan to redeem this. That the day is going to come that
Ready
out
to?
of the seed of the woman will come one that will crush the serpent's head. A few chapters later, chapter 12 of Genesis, the plan begins with a man named Abraham. Chapter 12, he makes a covenant with Abraham.
Take
part
two.
of the covenant is a promise. I think it's in verse 2. It says, through your offspring,
Slide up.
all the nations of the world will be blessed. That the one that was promised is going to come through his family, and that seed would bless all the nations. From the beginning, the intent of God has been to redeem a people from every tongue and tribe. The promise was kept. Jesus came. He gave his life. He was crucified. He rose from the dead. And one of the last things he said to his friends is, I'm going back to the Father, but I want you to take this message, this redemptive message, and take it to Jerusalem, Judea, and to the ends of the earth. And I want you to make disciples of people from every nation. That is the storyline. All the way through. Now we're at the end of the scene, at the end of the story, and John hears a voice. And he says, then I heard the number of those who were sealed.
I think we need to put the next one up.
144,000
Slide up.
from all the tribes of Israel. So here's his voice saying, look at the multitude. 144,000. Who are these people? Who are the 144,000? Well, this has got interpreted in all kinds of crazy ways. He's not talking literally here. This is not a list. There are groups that have believed that there's 144,000, and a number of years ago even believed that the list was full. Jesus is coming, and then he didn't come, so they had to redo the list. Apparently some folks got thrown off, some new ones got put on.
Slide down.
That's not what this means. Who are the 144,000?
Yeah.
Well, he says that from
Not yet.
all the tribes of Israel. So it's possible that he's talking about a redeemed group from the people of Israel. That though they, for the most part, have rejected God, it says in Revelation that there's going to be a turning towards God in the last time. Maybe that's what it's talking about. It's possible. But maybe the picture, because remember, in poetry, often you'll see an image and then you'll see the image repeated. It could be an image of two different, the same thing in two different pictures. So who are
Hey Alex, could you hit your call button just for a second? I just want to look at the light here.
First, let me just say that the number 12
It's on right now.
is very significant.
Your call button?
Number
Oh.
12,
Yeah.
it talks about completion.
No, that's your mic.
That's your mic.
12, that's
No, hit the there it is.
So 144,
Ta-da.
12 times 12.
Thank you.
Times
No problem.
1,000. So what he's saying is, whether he's talking about Israel or he's talking about a larger picture, he's saying that what God intended to do happened in its fullness. And often in the New Testament, he talks about the people of God being grafted into the family. And so when the New Jerusalem comes, it's not about the Jewish nation, it's about the family of God. So if that is what this means, John hears that voice, and then he turns and he actually sees a picture of the people. And this is what he sees. He sees people from every nation.
Slide up.
Verse 9 says this, after this I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count. They were from every nation, tribe, people, and language. Wow. Standing before the throne and before the Lamb. They were wearing white robes and were holding palm branches in their hand. That is beautiful. This picture in Revelation 7:9
I'm leaving it up for a minute.
is the fulfillment of a promise and a covenant that dates thousands of years.
And slide down.
It is the accomplishment of a story God has been writing
Ready
for
for it?
centuries.
Take.
So, what are the implications?
Ready to take.
One of the implications is that when God makes a promise,
Slide in.
it is always yes and amen. What God started in the book of Genesis, he is actually doing right now will be fully accomplished at the end.
Advantage of having people like
God is
John
not
Cole,
building an empire.
that guy.
He's not building a political system.
Slide down.
He is redeeming a family from every tongue and tribe and nation to himself.
All right.
And what he set out to do,
Got it.
it will happen. There's another implication that speaks to where we're living right now.
They're hoping the only thing we'll have to do is
There are people in the
Slide in.
culture from every
so they're not blinding people in the
race.
road, but two mobile cameras.
When you're talking about a vision, a revelation, what is underlined in the picture has great
It's going to depend on
significance.
what the second
And almost every time in the book of Revelation, you see a picture of the throne, you see the one on the throne, the elders around the throne, and then it always is mentioned that the people around the throne are not just this random group of people, they are people chosen by God from every tongue, tribe, nation, and language. That means that's really important to God. There are people from every race
Slide down.
around his throne. And yet, racism is absent.
Sure.
As I have been studying, reading, commentaries, just the last number of months in the book of Revelation, one of the things that has been striking to me is often in the interpretation of some of the prophetic things, the Western church is central in the picture. Like, this is how this affects the church. But when they talk about the church, it's actually the Western church, the church that I'm a part of, that you're a part
It's a terrible mistake. It's a horrible mistake.
of. That is a very
And
weak.
finding that the states that did close are having the same experience as the states.
Kwame Bediako
Only they
talks
still have
in
God.
this generation about the darkening complexity
Destroy. There's
of
going
the
to be so
kingdom
many
of
mom and
Jesus.
pops.
In fact, the church in Africa and Asia
Ready
outnumbers
for
us by far.
Just go back and I said, you know,
Take.
God is not
For his life. Ready
redeeming
to?
your favorite pizzeria saved enough money that
a
they're able
group.
to reopen. They're
He's
not going to be able
redeeming
to get
a
pizza
people
flour because nobody was
from
ordering
every
pizza
tongue
flour for
and tribe.
3 months, and the
So I've
supplier
been
went out of
reading
business.
this week,
So
praying
you
about it,
can't get
thinking
that,
about it.
and da-da-da. Oh yeah.
I'm
Black.
Ready to take.
not African. I'm not African American. I'm not black. I'm not white.
We're not going
So
to
there are
snap back.
parts
This
of
will
the
take
racism
generations
that
to fix.
exists. I will say the systemic racism that exists, that though it pains me deeply, I will never know in the same way that my brothers and sisters know.
Jeff Bezos made $500 billion.
Jesus is building something that looks very different
Personal growth.
than what
And during the shutdown,
we've come
he's one of
to
the
know.
only winners.
And as I read this, I was reading it the other night, I just began to weep,
Everything now.
thinking about, I mean, we may get this better in our generation, but racism is probably never fully going to go away until that day. And thinking about some of my brothers and sisters that I dearly love, who will be standing there on that day, and what that will mean. Maybe for the first time ever, who God created them to be will be known in its fullness. It is so beautiful. The other implication is that we have a chance to do better. That actually the picture of this on this side of heaven is God's people. So, chapter 6, you see all these injustices and evils. God is healing that. The white horse is going to win. It's not going to be fully done on this side of heaven, but that day is coming. But until that day, we are to be the ones that bring his kingdom here. So here's the last picture.
Slide in.
In this chapter,
Literally.
there is a picture of a lamb. It is the conquering lamb. This is what it says. And around the throne, and they cried out in a loud voice, "Salvation belongs to our God, who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb." When he's talking about salvation, he's not talking about getting a ticket to heaven. He's talking about the redemptive work of God that's going to make everything right. And it's actually happening now. But it's going to be fully fulfilled then. But the one they're talking to is a lamb. If you remember in chapter 5, in the picture,
And slide down.
there was a lion and a lamb. But after that, there's just a lamb.
Okay. All right.
What does that mean? Well, the thing that was the most obvious, especially to those in the first century who were reading this, is a lamb is a sacrifice.
Ready for?
It's part of the whole story in the scriptures. That in the Old Testament, how did somebody get right with God? Well, they needed a sacrifice, and the most common sacrifice was a lamb. You remember in the story of Abraham that God asks his servant to sacrifice his son. And so he takes his son up on the mountain in obedience to God, and he's preparing to offer his son as a sacrifice, and he raises the knife, and God stops. God says,
Take 4.
And on that day he provided a lamb. 3,000 years later, on a hill outside of Jerusalem, he provided the Lamb of God, his own son. And on that day, when the knife was raised, it wasn't held back. He's the Lamb of God. But there's another image in here that is really important. It's what I call the logic of the Lamb. John heard a voice and it said, "Behold, the Lion of Judah." He knew exactly what that meant. That was a prophecy from the Old Testament that the Messiah, when he came, would come from the line of Judah, of David. So when he heard those words, he knew that it was Jesus, and he heard the Lion of Judah, but when he turned, there was a lamb.
Take 2.
Like I said, through the rest of the book, the images of a lamb. Really? Nobody chooses a lamb as an image of power, of winning. If you want to sell a car, you don't name it after a sheep. A Bronco or a Mustang or a Charger. Actually, I don't know what a Prius is. Maybe that's some kind of a sheep. But you get my point.
I think I got it wrong with the eagle.
Car jokes.
Yeah.
Wins, and it's not a lamb. In college, I went to a Christian college and played basketball for a few years. It's always interesting to me. We would play other Christian colleges. You know, we're
Ready for a take?
Christian, but for crying out loud, we also want to win. So what do you name your son? At that time, it's changed since then, thank God. But we were called the Fighting Parsons.
Oh.
You know what parson is? A parson's like a pastor. The Fighting Pastors.
Ready 2. Take.
In the picture, chapter 6, there's a horse. The horse means that this is a war. But I remind you that the war is not for things. The war is for people's hearts. All of us understand how war works. How do you win war? Well, if you got enough power, you can win. If you got enough weapons, you can win. You dominate. That's how you win. But in this picture, the one who wins is a lamb. He's called us to join the fight for the souls of men and women. But he doesn't offer us any of the arms that we're used to. In fact, he offers us the arm of the lamb. What is a lamb bring? Bring sacrificial love. This is actually about how we treat people that we disagree. We want to be right.
Yeah, sacrificial love.
We want to win. We want to have power. That's how you win.
You think I should put it up again?
That's not what he said.
Should I put it up?
You ever
I didn't. It doesn't.
been on social media and
Oh,
read something?
okay, I see.
It
We're not
just
there yet.
fills you with blood?
I got it.
If that's never happened to you, you've never.
Because he
been
just
on social
talked about it.
media. You read something and you're like, he's totally flabbergasted.
Mhm.
Are you kidding?
I'm ready for.
How can this person be so ignorant,
Take.
biased, and narrow-minded? Like, seriously? And then you read it and you think, there's like this thing burning inside you. You just
Oh, he's
gotta
on
let
page
them
5.
know the truth.
Okay.
And so you get out your keyboard and you become this keyboard warrior, and you're going to show them that they're wrong. If you have to, you can even rub it in a little bit, but more than anything else,
Ready
you
to?
just want to show them that you are right.
Take.
Can't see you, I'm looking at a camera, but like this has happened to all of us. Can I just remind you that that thinking is really skewed?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's even Sam responds.
You think that if we can just show somebody that they're wrong, that they'll change. And the goal is for us to be right and for them to know that we're right.
That's pride.
But Jesus didn't come actually to change people's minds. He came to transform their hearts. When somebody's heart is, their mind gets renewed.
That's humility.
But I have never known anyone who's had their heart transformed because somebody proved that they were wrong. Because the weapons of this world do not work. Paul says that it's the kindness of God that leads.
First time I've seen this.
And that kindness is to be seen in his people.
Okay, we're getting close to the next slide.
For the message that we preach. It has always been the love of the Lamb on display that has invited people to Christ. This is what the battle is. Paul says that Jesus, through his death, through the cross, disarmed the powers of the enemy. Wow. How did he do it? Through sacrificial love. But when we are just, more than anything else, we just want to be right, all we're doing is giving to the person in front of us another arm. And then they throw it back.
Okay, Alex, we got another slide coming up in a second.
Until we're so armed that it's just, wow. Lamb.
Slide up. Oh, wrong button. I did that, my bad.
The sacrificial. A few weeks ago, with my family, watched the funeral of Rabbi Zacharias. Unbelievable man. Probably the greatest apologist of our generation, one of the greatest preachers. His intellect was just amazing. He stood in front of presidents and kings and United Nations. He went to some of the most elite college campuses and just, hey, ask me anything you want. An unbelievable intellect, but when you heard the people that knew him best talk about him at his funeral, yeah, they talked a little bit about that, but mostly they talked about the kindness.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. Okay, slide down. I had to wait for a break.
He treated taxi drivers the same as he did Prince. That he convinced
I should have taken it down before he started on that.
thousands of people to embrace Jesus. Was his intellect important?
I was just hoping they'd forget my earlier error.
It wasn't the lion that won them, it was the lamb.
Well, human happens to the best of us.
Yeah,
Prison
thanks, Jacob.
Fellowship Broadcast. If you know anything about Chuck Colson's movement, he was one of Nixon's henchmen, ended up in prison, and in ensuing years accepted Christ and started this ministry called Prison Fellowship. It's actually a movement that has gone spread across our nation. Beautiful things that God is doing behind prison walls.
Okay, we're
But
almost done here.
In the broadcast, he was telling a story. I wish I had it in writing, but this is the story that he told. He's talking about a prison where they had done a biblical training course. So these guys not only have accepted Christ, but they're being trained in theology and biblical studies. And he's telling the story about a graduation. And at the graduation, these students that have finished the course come across the stage.
Ready for?
And one of the last ones was this guy named John, and he's walking across. And when he's walking across, this woman in the audience stands up and she said, "That's my boy." Now to you and me, that seems like, well, it must be his mom. But to everybody there, they knew the story. This woman
Staying with two.
was a mother, had but one child, a daughter, and a number of years previous, this daughter had been murdered. Her whole life unraveled, and in the years that followed, just bitterness and anger at God and at everybody. One day she's a follower of Jesus, and she was sitting reading the Bible and praying, and she sensed God's Spirit saying to her, "Hey, I want you to write a letter to the man who did this. His name is John."
Ready for?
Okay, I'll write a letter.
Ready for? Take.
And the letter wasn't pretty. Man, this stuff I've been wanting to tell him for. She finished the letter and sensed God's Spirit saying, "No, that's not what I'm asking. I want you to write a letter, and I want you to forgive this man." It started like a 2-week battle. "Lord, I love you. I want to follow you, but I cannot." And finally, in just desperation, she says, "Okay, God, I will do this." And she writes a letter, "John, you don't know me. This is who I am. I'm the mother of this girl, and I'm a follower of Jesus, and he's asked me to forgive. And so I'm writing to you today to tell you I forgive you." Not
Ready
a few
to?
days went by, and she receives a letter back from John. And it says, "Ma'am, I have been in prison now, and in prison I met Jesus Christ, and my whole life has changed. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't weep for the pain that I've caused you, and I've longed to just ask for your forgiveness, but I didn't know how to do it."
Take.
It started a back and forth, and not only did they become dear friends, they came almost like a mother and a son. That's the logic of the Lamb. He didn't come to fight like we fight. He came to win with sacrificial love. Evil has a shelf life.
Slide up.
God's love never ends. At the end of the picture, you will notice, as you do everywhere in this book, that everybody in the picture
Slide down.
is singing. They sing all the time, but there's no song lead. Nobody's standing there saying, "Hey, open your hymn books." No. They sing because this is frankly just the most unbelievable thing that you could imagine. All of us have seen people with power who wield their power, who arrogantly boast. But who has ever seen somebody like this? Somebody who has all the power, but he lays it down in front of those who opposed him. A king who had all the armies of heaven, but chose to lay his life down. What do you do in front of somebody like that? You worship. That's where this story is going. Eugene Peterson says the most frightening representation of evil in the Bible is found in Revelation 6.
Slide up.
It is said alongside
Yeah, I don't know.
extravagant
We must have
praise
missed that
in
one.
Revelation 7. Christians sing. They sing in the desert, they sing in the night, they sing in the storm, they sing, they sing, they sing. How can you not sing in front of a Savior like that?
Slide down. All right. Getting ready for
Jesus, these words are beautiful.
reflection questions.
Sometimes we forget
Nice
that
follows.
he didn't ask us to be right.
All right.
Ask us to
Sorry,
get all
authorized
those things
personnel
lined
only.
up perfectly.
We're getting ready
You
to
ask
do
us
the last
to
song.
love you and to love the people that you put around us.
we're getting ready to do the reflection questions.
Father, would you forgive us for the arms
Oh,
that we use?
oops, my bad.
Arms
Okay,
that
sorry.
cause wounds. Arms that
Alright, so Robin is leading these next two.
Very good.
Ready, CJ, ready, keys.
We're going to come to Robin on 3.
Jenny, are you still tied in?
I am still tied.
You can get lyrics and CJ ready.
Okay, you can untie.
Eric's not on 3 yet.
Consider me untied.
Copy.
who are crying out loud.
Denny, did you hear me?
Hey, I'm sorry.
Eric's not on 3.
Eric's not on 3.
One on the
In that case,
People are heading up
I
right
won't-
now.
I won't do 3.
How many songs do
One,
we have here?
let's go ahead and
And
stand by 3 for just a wide shot. And there we go. Stand by 2.
keys are hot.
Dissolve. Keys up.
3 is back on, by the way.
Stand by 6. Thank you. Dissolve. Stand by 2. Stand by 8. Dissolve. Stand by 2. Stand by 2 and start your move. Dissolve. Nice. Hang here for a second. You got it.
Destined to die, poured out for all mankind.
One something else, please.
Perfect and spotless one.
That works.
He never sinned, suffered and
Stand by 7. Dissolve. Alright, stand by 3. Dissolve. Nice speed, Eric. Thank you, sir.
7's really hot.
It is. Stand by 5. Dissolve. Stand by 4. Dissolve. Okay, let's change it up. 1 and 2. Stand by 5. Dissolve. Stand by 3. Dissolve. Nice. Stand by 2 and dissolve. Beautiful, beautiful. Stand by 1. Dissolve. Stand by 2. Dissolve. Stand by 7. Oh, stand by 8. Dissolve. Stand by 4. Dissolve. Stand by 1. Do a little super here for a minute. 1 is up. Stand by 8. 8's coming up. 8's live. Stand by 7. Dissolve. 8 is clear. Stand by 3. Stand by 1. Start your move. Dissolve. 7's clear. Stand by 4. Dissolve. Stand by 5. Dissolve. Stand by 2. Stand by 8. Wow, that's beautiful. 8 is up. Stand by 2. Dissolve. Stand by 1. Dissolve. Stand by 4 and dissolve. Stand by 6. Dissolve. Stand by 2. Dissolve. by 1, then 8. Dissolve to 1. Stand by 8. Dissolve. 8 is up. Stand by 2. Start your move. Dissolve. Nice. 8's clear. Stand by 4. Dissolve. Stand by 1. And dissolve. Nice 8. Stand by 8. Dissolve. Going to takes. Nah, we're too far in. I'm going to stay on dissolve. Stand by 3. Dissolve. Back in 1. Start that again. No seats, though. We don't want to see the seats. Go ahead and start your move. Dissolve to 1. Stand by 2 and dissolve. Nice, perfect 1. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Stand by 5. Dissolve. Nope. Stand by 2. Dissolve. 2 is up. Never mind. Stand by 5. There we go. Dissolve. Stand by 7 and dissolve. 7's alive. Stand by 3. Gorgeous shots, guys. Everybody. Dissolve to 3 and 7 is clear. Stand by 2. Dissolve. Nice move too. Nice catch. Stand by 7 again. Dissolve. And going to 8 after that. 7's live. Stand by 8. Dissolve. 7 is clear. Stand by 2. Dissolve. 8 is clear. Stand by 3. This is Graves in the Gardens. Cool. Nice, guys. Stand by 3. You know what? Yeah, one just stay right there. I'm gonna go to you as a transition at the end of the song. But she's just angry.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
No problem.
Stand by 1. Dissolve. Stand by 8. Electric guitar. No, that's good. 8. 8, you're good. Stand by 8. Dissolve. Stand by 2. Dissolve. Okay, we're gonna go to takes as soon as we can. 2's live. Hang in here. Let it breathe.
I have 2 singers right in the way of both guitars.
Of course. You're rocking it anyway. Stand by 4. Stand by 8. 2, go ahead and pan her to the left side of your screen slowly. Go ahead. Nice. Dissolve. 8 is live. Ready 3 and take. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 1 and take 1. Ready 2 and take. Ready 6. Nice hang. Take 6. Take 8. Ready 2. Take 2. 8's clear. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 4. Take. Ready 2 and take. Ready 6. Take. Take 5. Ready 2 and take. Nice 8, nice 7, ready 7 and take. Ready 8. Take 8, 7's clear. Ready 5. Take 5, 8's clear. Ready 3 and take. Ready 2, take. Ready 8. Take. Ready 3. take 3, ready 2, and take 2, take 5, ready 8, take 8, ready 2, take, ready 6, take, ready 8, take, ready 5, take 5, ready 3, take, ready 7, take, ready 1, and take 1, ready 7, take 7, take 5, take 2, ready 4, take, ready 7, and take, ready 1, start your move, and take 1, nice, take 6, ready 2, take 2, ready 4, take 4, ready 6, take, ready 7, take, ready 2, keep going, beautiful 7, right over, take, 7's clear, ready 8, take 8, ready 4, take 8's clear, ready 2, take 2, gonna hold here second, ready 5,
4, I'm gonna need you to get a head to toe of a Joel when that time comes.
take 5, ready 8, and take, ready 3, take, ready 1, ready 2, take 2, ready 7, take 7, take 3, take 5, ready 2, and take 2, nice, ready 7, take, ready 8, take 8, 7's clear, ready 2, and take 8's clear, ready 1, take, ready 4, and take 4, ready 2, take 2, take 5, take 1, 2, I'm sorry, 2. Ready 5, take, ready 2, take, nice, ready 1, take 1, take 2, ready 4, gorgeous 4, take 4, take 8, and stand by 2, here's coming down,
Stand by 2.
here's down, 2's
Can
up,
we have a
we're tying,
shading?
yes.
Again, want to thank
Thank
you
you.
for being with us today. Hope that some
Thanks,
of the
4.
things that were sung and said
Thanks, 2.
will encourage your faith.
All right, I'm ready for the questions on CJ3, CG3, I mean.
We're going to see a couple questions. Just an opportunity.
I'm tied again.
People there with you in the same place.
Looking a little
Okay.
dark.
Maybe you can call a friend, but just questions to help think about some of the things we've talked about this morning. Here, a couple questions. Maybe there's a relationship right now in which you just need to apply or walk in the way of the Lamb. Could be a relationship in your heart.
Guys, fabulous. Thank you for covering for me my first time on the board in quite a long time. You're all awesome.
Maybe
As
something you sense
usual.
of Jesus calling you to do or to change from what you've heard this morning. The last words of the 7th chapter of Revelation, he talks about in the picture around the throne, and he says to those standing there, never
I'm coming out to the
again
full
will they
screen
hunger.
of the graphic.
Never again will
Yeah.
they thirst. The sun won't
Is it-
scorch them anymore.
Yes.
And then he says, because the Lamb at the
Thank
center
you.
of the throne, he will be our shepherd. He will lead us to springs of living water and wipe away every tear from our eye. But until that day, do you remember that if God is for us, then who could be against us? The one who didn't spare his only son, but gladly gave him up for us. What would he not do? God's peace be with you. May he walk with you through this week.
And questions are up. And the loop is cued.
All right, guys. You can leave the cameras on. We have a funeral service we're going to be doing in an hour, so hour and a half. Thanks, guys.
You're not using Roman, are you?
Yeah, we were going to put that inside the casket as kind of like a surprise shot.
Wow, that would be fun.
Be creative.
Yeah, not creepy at all.
That will
Creative is
certainly
the
cut
best
down on
word
the
for
number
that.
of people who ask us to do funerals for them.
Especially since there's no casket today, so it'll be really creative.
Oh, wow. We can do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jacob and Wendy, for filling in very, very last minute.
No
And
problem.
Alex, thank you.
Thanks.
You guys rocked. The brain dead director's off, and the good director to my left is about to
Going
go
off
in.
headset.